Just thought I'd do a little video because I bought a pole. First time I've ever purchased a pole, never used one. Quite interested in having a go though. So I've got a Guru. It's an A-class margin, 8 metre pole. The trouble is, the top kit comes like that. There's no side puller. So I didn't want one that goes in the bottom and you have to pull it round. That's a bit faffy. So I decided to put a side puller in myself and drill the holes and whatever. Bit nerve-wracking when you just spent out on a pole and you've got to drill holes in it. But I looked at some videos. There wasn't many videos on YouTube. That's why I'm doing this one. I'm going to put another one up so at least people have got a choice and can decide themselves whether they want to drill into their pole. So I've got two top sections. One of them I've just tried, I've just drilled. I thought I'd try one before I actually showed you on video how easy it is, and it is quite easy. And that's the hole. I don't know if you can see that. That's the puller. I ain't put any elastic in it yet, but I should do that afterwards as part of the video. So that's the puller. It's a roller puller. It's got a little roller on the inside, and that goes on your second section of your top kit. So your bigger one, the bigger section of the two. The end section is that. It's quite thin, and the second section, which this one goes on, is that one. So there's two sizes. So the puller goes in the second section. Right. Well, I had to decide what puller I wanted, what roller puller. I think I've got one over there. Right there. Right. So the one I went for is Preston. It's made by Preston, and it's the roller puller bush, and it comes in a packet like that. So in it you get your roller puller down here, and you get your bead to go on the outside, which you tie your elastic to later. So with that, I bought the kit to drill the hole. So you get a drill, which is, I believe, 4mm, and it's like a little Dremel bit, a grinding bit, and that, I think, is 10mm across, but it's all in the kit, and it's all meant to be used with their roller puller, so everything should fit really well, which it did. I've got to say, that all went in pretty easy. So I'll just put that to one side, because I've done that one. So this one, like you can see, it's not been drilled. So what you need is a drill. So I'm going to put my drill bit in the drill now. And you've got to be really careful with this. You don't put any pressure on the drill. Let the drill do the cutting. You don't have to push it in, and you don't want to go too far into the. When you drill the hole, it goes through and it wants to go and it hit the back end. So you've got to be really careful not to damage the back end of that when it goes through. So slowly, softly, let the drill do the drilling. Don't push. On the top of the pole, you've got these marks, and you line them up, and that's what is the top of your pole. So it's a side puller, so I want to go in round to the side, but you got to do it, I don't know if you can see that, this bit here is reinforced. So you want to go drill your hole into the middle of that reinforced bit on the side of the pole, not on the top part, because that's what is the side puller. So in there. Don't drill it down here. This isn't strong enough for this. You need to, this reinforced bit is specially made. That's where your puller goes. You can't miss that. Right, so let's put this down here for you. So you take your driller, you drill, pick your spot, get in the middle there, and this is where you need a steady hand. Oh, needs to go. Let me do that again. Nice steady hand. Right, so that's gone through. So now I've got a little 4mm hole on that. Now that's the most brutal bit because that wants to go all the way through. So the next thing you do, you take that off of there. You put your grinding piece in, make sure it's nice and tight. And then we don't want to go all the way up. We just want to get it up to where it levels off. And then we'll try the puller. So we'll try and put the puller in. So nice and slowly. Right, that's it. Now on the inside of that, you need to rub this down. I've got a bit of like really fine paper, so I'll put that in there just to clean up the hole, and it cleans up quite well, as it did on the other one. So let's roll that into a circle, as best as we can get it anyway. And then we just put that in there, just wind that round, let that take all that flack off there. Let's do the other side. It's just a little bit fiddly, but once you've drilled the hole, I mean that's the hard bit done. There we go. And what I did with the other bit, I took this, there's a little bit in there, that's just give that a rub round the outside like that, because that's got a sharp edge, and that'll eventually clean that up. There, nearly done. So there's the hole drilled. I just did a little bit in there that needs cleaning up. Okay, we want to get that nice and clean. Well, that's done now. So the next thing you do, get your puller. And you've got two bits of this puller. There's your roller on there. And this has got a little bush that goes in the top, which we need to get out. And I did that using the back of this drill. So you just have to kind of make sure that, pull that out like that. Right, so there's the bush that's come out, and that leaves a hole. So now we fit this into this hole. Now you start off, this is where your roller is, so your elastic's going to go in there and then under the roller, which is going to go towards the top end of your pole. So you have to go in at the side. This is the way they say to do it. And then you kind of twist that round until it's facing the other way, where you want it to be. And if it's like the other one, I've got that round to there, so that's now facing the right way. And then if this don't go all the way down, I'll just put the drill in and just widen that back bit, because there's a little tag there that you have to get in. And if it goes in, you'll hear it click. There you go. That's in. Right, so now that's in, you get this bush and you put that in the hole, and that pushes that little tag out so that it stays under the carbon fibre of the pole, and that is it, fitted. So there you go. It's as simple as that. It's not hard. So if I did go into my local fishing tackle shop, and they said, "Oh no, we can't do that. You need to get a proper bloke to do that. You need to get someone in to do that." So, but they're really good in there. I mean, they looked after me. But they didn't have anyone that wanted to drill an hole in a pole. So I thought, right, I'm going to have a go myself. And it was easy. So don't be frightened to have a go. If you're half capable of doing any DIY at home, then this is not going to be a problem to you. Right, now you've got your pullers in, your roller pullers in your pole. It's time to put some elastic on. So the way to do this, the best way to do this, take that bung out of there, is you feed it through this down towards the thin end. So it's got to go under the roller, down towards the thin end of this bit. And once you've got that down, you can put this one on, and you can put it down to the end of that, and then I'll show you how to tie off. I'm going to use a Dacron connector at the end of the pole, which is easy to put on. And if we have trouble getting it through the ends or whatever, then we change tactics, and we use this, like they call this, a diamond puller, to pull your rubber through. But I never needed it with the last one I done, so hopefully it'll be as easy with this one. Right, hold on, that's all coming undone now, so let's just wrap that up a bit. Right, so that's my diamond puller kit. So this elastic is, I've got two sizes of elastic. One's for, like, depending on where you're fishing, if you're going to go to a place where you're going to catch silverfish, then you don't want heavy elastic, you just want to catch the light, smaller fish, roach and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing with this one. I've done the other one, so if there's like F1s or bigger carp in there, the bigger elastic's going to handle that, but this is a really light elastic, so it's for the silverfish. because you don't want two top sections exactly the same, because that's just a waste of time really. Right, so 6mm this one, so this is nice and small, should go through the pole quite easily. So we just find the ends. It can take a little bit of time to get this in. Oh, that's the bead that comes, it's going to end up on here. Obviously you want to get some tension in between the two ends so that it pulls back. I'll show you that when we get there. Right, so here's the elastic. So I'm going to start feeding this through here. I'll put this down so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to put this through this pole, and I'm going to tilt it down because I want it to go that way. And it's got to go. It takes a bit of time to get it through, but you can feel it going through the pole now. And I'm just waiting for it to come out at the end. So that's got quite a way to go yet. Apparently, once you've been fishing with your pole and it gets damp and wet inside, won't be able to do this with it. It's a bit more difficult to thread the rubber through. That's when you use that diamond connector really. So you need to get one of them if you're going to do pole fishing. I'll get it all caught up there. So you think, where's it coming out? Why ain't it coming out at the end? It must be getting caught up somewhere, but it's not. Because it's only going in an inch at a time or so. But as soon as it comes out at the end, I can then start pulling it. Right, it's just come through the bottom. So there it is on the end, so that's through there. So that's the first bit done. So we pull some of that through. Now I'm going to feed it through the top section. So that goes in the thick end there. Now I've got another collar at the top in the top here. So you could get caught up on the end of that. So it's just a case of just giving it a tap and it should come through. So we'll get that all going in there. That's all, I can feel that going straight down there. It's a lot easier to get it through this one because the hole's bigger. So that goes through there. Let's see what I'm doing. Right, so I'm just pushing this all through here. And when it comes through to the bottom, which it has done now, it's just come out the end. So now we've threaded our elastic through the poles. I can join them together. So there's my elastic, that end, and we've got the elastic coming out of the hole there. So that's good. Let's see how easy that was. Right, so all we do now, we've got to tie the dacron onto the elastic, which is a case. The other one was a bit thicker, so you just one overhand knot. So I might do 2 knots, so make the thing a little bit thicker because this is very thin. So what we do, we go round like that. I might go 1 and 2, and that's my figure of 8. Give that a pull, and that leaves me with that little knot there, see? So with this then, you take one of these off of here, get this off of here like that, look. And that leaves 2 little loops. Come off. Don't want to come off. Right, so you've got 2 little loops there. So I want to feed my rubber through those loops. So we go in that one, through that one, and then we pull that knot so that this is past the knot, and we pull that tight onto that knot. Where's my knot? It's there. So I'm going to pull that tight, and now that is on. So that's not going anywhere. You then take the end of the dacron, which is here, and I'm pull that up, and it should click through. There it goes. That's the click. I can cut that tag end off with a nice sharp pair of scissors. And that is the end of that dacron is on there, that ain't coming off. Right, so I pull this end, so until that hits the top of the rod, top of the pole. I'll show you what that looks like. Right, so there's the dacron, and there's the bead. So that's now on the top of that, and when I pull that, that's going to be pulled back in. So that's how it should be. So with this end, alright, let's put that down for you. Right, with this end, I want to do exactly that with this end. I want it so that when it pulls, it goes back. Yeah? So I'm going to leave a little, cut a little bit of this up here, so I ain't got to thread it again, so I don't want it going in the hole. Right? And using my diamond puller, I want to go into this rubber here, this bead, push through the thick end, and then you put that into there, and you put it to up to the top. Right, now I should be able to pull that through the little hole like that, and take that off. So that's the bead on the elastic. So that's how I want it, just like that, so that when it pulls, it goes back to the pole, which means I need to pull that elastic out a little bit. I need to go a little bit, right, because what I need to do here is do a loop knot that's just going to come out of this. That's how I want to do mine anyway. So we do that. Get in there. Push that root out. Pull that down. Cut that tag end off. Bury that knot in the loop. And there it is. So that's how I want my knot. I can cut them off if I want it. So it doesn't have to be a loop. I can do another loop anyway. Let's do another little loop there. There we go. There we go, that's how I want it. So there's my loop. So when I pull that, that goes back in to the hole under tension, and the DAC one is the same. So that's another one. And it's as simple as that. But you do need to get yourself one of them. These diamond pullers, they're only cheap, a couple of quid. Yeah, so now, if that's the first time I've ever done this, so it wasn't difficult, it was very, very easy. So if I can do it, then anyone can do it. It's not hard. All I've got to do now is get out on the water and give it a try out in the real world. There's the elastic. That can fold over. Now I can put that back in the poles. I've got a little pole for it. Yeah, quite pleased with that. So that was, like I say, the first time I've done it, it was easy. Don't be frightened to have a go yourself. I know a lot of you are going to be saying, "Oh, silly old git." There's nothing new there, but if you're new to it, like I was, this is new. This is all new. So if anybody's not doing it and thinking of doing it, that's just showing you how easy it is actually to do a top section. Right, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did like the video, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. And I'll see you again. Thank you very much.